الله يبارك فيكم.
Been long time.
Alhamdulillah. I think we're live, Sheikhana.
يلا بسم الله.
Okay, we're live.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام الأتمان الأكملان على محمد رسول الله سيد الأولين والآخرين وإمام الأنبياء والمرسلين والشافع المشفع يوم الدين وعلى آله الطيبين وأزواجه الطاهرات أمهات المؤمنين وصحابته الغر الميامين ومن استنى بسنته واهتدى بهديه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، حياكم الله أيها الإخوة والأخوات إلى هذه المحاضرة الخاصة إلى حد ما، وهي عن أحكام الشتاء والمطر في الإسلام.
Indeed, all praises are due to Allah, and may the most complete and best of blessings and salutations be showered upon the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, the Imam of the first and the last, the leader of the first and the last, the Imam of the prophets and messengers, the intercessor whose intercession will be accepted on the day of intercession, and may those complete and pure salutations also be showered upon his pure and good wives, the mothers of the believers, and upon his noble companions. And then may they also be showered upon those who follow them in goodness and from those who come after them. To proceed, I welcome you all to tonight's gathering, this gathering for Islam for Death.
نعم، قلنا بأن حديثنا الليلة هو عن أحكام الشتاء والمطر.
The topic of tonight's lecture is the rulings, the Islamic legislated rulings relating to the winter months and also relating to when it's raining. So the rulings that Islam comes with during these circumstances.
الشتاء والمطر من آيات الله الدالة على وحدانيته سبحانه وتعالى.
The winter and also the falling and descent of the rain, these are two signs from the signs of Allah the Most High that indicate His oneness.
قال الله عز وجل في سورة البقرة في الآية 21 و22: يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون.
Allah the Most High says in the Quran, and to be precise, in the second chapter, the chapter of the cow, that which means, O mankind, worship your Lord who created you and those who came before you, so that you may become of those who are conscious of him. And then he goes on to say in the 22nd verse, He, meaning Allah, who made for you the earth a bed spread out, and the sky he made as a ceiling, and he sent down from the sky rain, or he sent down from above you rain, and brought forth thereby fruits as provisions for you. So do not attribute to Allah equals, while you know that there is nothing similar to him, or you know that there is nothing else that brings these benefits about.
وقال سبحانه وتعالى في سورة الواقعة في الآية 68 منها قال سبحانه وتعالى: أفرأيتم الماء الذي تشربون أأنتم أنزلتموه من المزن أم نحن المنزلون لو نشاء جعلناه أجاجا فلولا تشكرون.
And Allah the Most High also says in the chapter Al-Waqi'ah, he says that which means, have you not seen the water Yeah. Have you not seen the water that you drink? Have you not thought about the water that you drink? Is it you who brought the water down from the clouds, or is it we, meaning Allah, who brings it down? For if we willed, we would make it bitter. So why are you not grateful?
وهذا الشكر ليس هو شكر اللسان فقط، ولكن شكر الجنان، شكر الاعتقاد، كما أخبر سبحانه وتعالى في سورة الزمر لما قال لنبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم: ولقد أوحي إليك وإلى الذين من قبلك لئن أشركت ليحبطن عملك ولتكونن من الخاسرين بل الله فاعبد وكن من الشاكرين.
And this giving thanks that Allah the Most High, He rebukes the people, or He asks the people, so why are you not of the grateful? This thanks that is necessitated from these blessings isn't a thanks that the slave gives solely by their tongue. Rather, it's one that they believe within their hearts and they actively give thanks to. And this is, as Allah the Most High says in another verse of the Quran from the chapter Az-Zumar, Z-U-M-A-R, where Allah the Most High addresses the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and He says, "And indeed we revealed unto you, as we revealed to those prophets who came before you, that if you were to associate partners with Allah the Most High, that your actions would be rendered futile and you would be from the losers." And then Allah the Most High then goes on to say, rather worship Allah, i.e. worship Allah alone, and do not associate partners with Him, and be from those who give thanks.
والشكر هنا في مقابل الشرك، وهذا يعني أنه التوحيد، ولهذا قال بل الله فاعبد وكن من الشاكرين، أي من الموحدين، اعبده وحده.
So here Allah the Most High, when He refers to giving thanks and being thankful, He mentions it in contrast to associating partners to Allah the Most High. So it carries the meaning of worshipping Allah alone and singling Him out. May He be exalted in all the types of worship that the slave does.
ويبين ذلك أيضا ما جاء في سورة سبأ في الآية 13 منها، قوله عز وجل: اعملوا آل داود شكرا وقليل من عبادي الشكور، أي اعملوا الصالحات شكرا، أي إخلاصا وتوحيدا لله، لأنه قليل من عباد الله الشاكرين أي الموحدين.
And Allah the Most High also says in the chapter of Saba, S-A-B-A, that which means, O family of Dawood, perform righteous deeds. Perform righteous deeds, i.e. as an act of giving thanks. And these righteous deeds are righteous deeds that are solely for the sake of Allah the Most High.
ومما يبين أن معنى الشرك، معنى الشكر التوحيد المنافي للشرك، قول ربنا عز وجل عن إبليس أنه قال ثم، كما في سورة الأعراف في الآية 17 منها: ثم لآتينهم من بين أيديهم، أي من أمامهم، ومن خلفهم، وعن أيمانهم، وعن شمائلهم. قال ثم لا تجد أكثرهم شاكرين، أي موحدين لك.
Also, from the evidences that indicate that the meaning of giving thanks and having gratitude to Allah the Most High is actualizing Allah's oneness and negating having partners with Him is that which Allah the Most High says in the chapter of the Quran, Al-A'raf, A-R-A-F, where he talks about the devil, and Allah the Most High says that the devil says, then I will come to them, i.e. I will come to the sons and daughters of Adam. I will come to them from before them and from behind them, and on their right and on their left, and you will not find most of them grateful to you, i.e. you will not find that most of the people will be worshipping you alone in their worship and giving thanks to you alone.
ولما كان حديثنا عن الشتاء وعن المطر احتاج أن نتكلم عما جاء عن ذلك في كتاب الله عز وجل.
And since we are talking about the rulings pertaining to winter and rain, then it's only fitting that we mention that which is mentioned in the Quran as relates to winter and rain.
ومما جاء في القرآن عن الشتاء ما ذكره الله عز وجل امتنانا على قريش في كتابه العزيز، وجاء ذكر الشتاء مرة واحدة في القرآن وهو في سورة قريش في قوله عز وجل لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت أي يفردوه يوحدوه الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
And from that which Allah the Most High mentions in the Quran is that which he meant as relates to the winter, is that which he mentions about the tribe of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, Quraysh, Q-U-R-A-Y-S-H. And Allah the Most High mentions in the actual chapter of the Quran entitled Al-Quraysh, Surah Quraysh, he says that which means for the accustomed security of the Quraysh, the security in their caravans or in their vehicles in winter and summer. Let them worship the Lord of this house. He who has fed them, saving them from hunger, and made them safe, saving them from fear.
وذكر الله عز وجل البرد الذي هو من ناتج أو من نتاج الشتاء، أن البرد لا يحصل إلا في فصل الشتاء. ذكره الله عز وجل في آيتين. الآية الأولى تأكيدا لنبوة إبراهيم عليه السلام.
وشيخنا أثابكم الله في سورة قريش ذكر الله عز وجل الشتاء في ضمن ذكره لنعمه
على قريش، ذكر نعمته على قريش.
أثابكم الله. And just as a point of clarification, Allah the Most High, he mentions the winter months as relates to Quraysh when he mentions in the chapter the bounties that he bestowed upon them. So he kept them safe and he kept them secure during the winter months and also during the summer months. As for the cold and the winter, or the cold specifically, the cold is the result of winter, the season that we're now in, and the cold has been mentioned in 2 verses of the Quran. The first of them, it's been mentioned as an emphasis of the prophethood of Abraham, upon him be blessings and peace.
قال تعالى في سورة الأنبياء في الآية 69 منها قلنا يا نار كوني بردا وسلاما على إبراهيم. لما عملوا له نار، عمل الكفار له نارا أوقدوها شهرا وألقوه بالمنجنيق إليها فأمر الله النار أن تكون بردا وسلاما. قال العلماء لو أن الله أمرها أن تكون بردا لأهلكته من الزمهرير شدة البرد، ولكن قال الله عز وجل بردا وسلاما، أي معتدلا، جوا لطيفا يتنعم فيه الإنسان.
And that is in the chapter of the prophets, verse number 69, where Allah the Most High, he says that he commanded the fire because Abraham, upon him be peace, he was thrown into the fire of the people. They punished him like this. But then Allah the Most High, he said to the fire, O fire, be cool and be pleasant for Ibrahim, or pleasant, literally peaceful, but almost pleasant. And we'll explain it in a second. Be cool and be pleasant for Ibrahim. And the reason for this is that if Allah the Most High ordered the fire to be cold or to be cool, then Abraham, he would perish due to the coolness of it and due to the coldness of it. But rather Allah the Most High, he did not want him to perish, so he annexed this statement or the commandment of it to be cold with his statement to be pleasing or to be safe or to be good, pleasant for Ibrahim, so that Ibrahim would be cool in it and he would not, the coolness would not lead to his destruction, rather he would find peace in it.
والآية الثانية التي ذكر الله عز وجل فيها البرد إنما ذكرها في معرض التنكيل بأهل النار في سورة النبأ في الآية 24 منها. قال عز وجل عن أهل النار قال لا يذوقون فيها بردا ولا شرابا، أي بردا معتدلا، ولكن زمهرير أي شدة البرد.
The second verse in which Allah the Most High mentions the coldness or coldness is in the context of when he is rebuking the people of the fire. And that is in the chapter of the Quran, the Great News. And that is in verse 24, where Allah the Most High says about the people of the fire, they will not taste therein, i.e. within the fire, any coolness nor any drink. So they will not feel any coolness within the fire of hell. We ask Allah for deliverance.
آمين. وأيضا ذكر الله شيئا من البرد في سورة الإنسان كما في الآية 13. قال سبحانه وتعالى عن أهل الجنة متكئين فيها على الأرائك لا يرون فيها شمسا، أي تحرقهم وتؤذيهم بأشعتها وحرارتها، ولا زمهريرا، لأنه إذا لا يوجد شمس يكون الجو بارد، فنفى الله شدة البرودة التي تسمى الزمهرير لأن هذا يؤذي. لكن البرد اللطيف المعتدل هذا يؤنس ولا يؤذي.
And Allah the Most High also mentions in the chapter of the Quran the people, or yes, the insan, yes, the person or the people. The verse number 13, where he mentions the people in the paradise, that which means they will be reclined, or they'll be reclining therein on adorned couches. They will not see therein any burning sun, nor any freezing cold. So here it shows that the sun will be absent, but in the absence of the sun, they will not be afflicted by a deep coldness or a deep coolness that would harm them.
نعم. وإذا جاء الشتاء جاء المطر، ويصحب المطر 3 أمور. نعم.
And when winter comes, then rain comes as well. And with the rain, 3 things accompany it.
أما المطر فقد ذكره الله عز وجل في القرآن كثيرا جدا.
And rain is mentioned in the Quran by Allah the Most High many times.
كما قال سبحانه وتعالى في سورة النور في الآية 43 منها: ألم ترى أن الله يزجي سحابا ثم يؤلف بينه ثم يجعله ركاما فترى الودق يخرج من خلاله وينزل من السماء من جبال فيها من برد فيصيب به من يشاء ويصرفه عمن يشاء يكاد سنا برقه يذهب بالأبصار.
And Allah the Most High, He mentions the rain in the Quran. He mentions it in the chapter of the light, Surah Nur. And it's verse number 43, where He says that, which means, do you not see that Allah the Most High drives the clouds? Then He brings them together. Then He makes them form into a mass, and you will see the rain emerge from within them. And He sends down from the sky mountains of clouds, within which is hail, and He strikes with it whom He wills, and averts it from whom He wills. The flash of its lightning almost takes away eyesight.
وفي ذلك تقرير للتوحيد كما جاء في حديث خالد بن زيد الجهني أو زيد بن خالد الجهني المتفق على صحته.
And within this is affirmation of the oneness of Allah the Most High, as has been mentioned in the hadith of Zayd ibn Khalid al-Juhani that has been reported in the book of Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim.
قال رضي الله عنه: صلى بنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم صلاة الصبح بالحديبية في أثر سماء كانت من الليل، أي في أثر مطر.
He said, may Allah be pleased with him, that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, he prayed the morning prayer. He prayed Salat al-Fajr with us in Hudaybiyah. This was a place, and it was just after it had rained.
قال فلما انصرف أي لما انتهى من الصلاة أقبل على الناس فقال.
And when he finished, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, he looked at the people and said,
هل تدرون ماذا قال ربكم؟
He said, did you know or do you know what your Lord said?
قالوا الله ورسوله أعلم.
They said, Allah and His Messenger know best.
قال الله أصبح من عبادي مؤمن بي وكافر.
He, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, one of my slaves, or my slaves, some of them have reached the morning as believers and others as disbelievers.
فأما من قال مطرنا بفضل الله ورحمته فذلك مؤمن بي كافر بالكوكب.
As for the one who says that we were given and provided this rain by Allah's virtue and His mercy, this is the one who has believed in me and disbelieved in the stars.
وأما من قال مطرنا بنوء كذا وكذا فذلك كافر بي مؤمن بالكوكب.
And as for the one who says we have been provided the rain by such and such a star or such and such a constellation, then they have disbelieved in me and believed in the stars.
وهذا يرجع إلى الكلام في سبب نزول المطر.
And this shows us, or this goes back to the reason why rain descends from the clouds.
فالناس يتكلمون في هذا على ثلاثة جهات أو على ثلاثة أسباب.
So the people, they consider this, the rainfall, they consider it in three different ways.
فبعضهم يتكلم أو ينسب المطر نسبة إيجاد، أي أن هذه الكواكب هي الفاعلة المنزلة للمطر بنفسها دون الله، وهذا شرك أكبر مخرج من الملة.
Some of them, they talk about the actual creation of the rain within the clouds, and they ascribe this to the constellations or to the stars, and whoever does this has committed the greater form of shirk, polytheism, and through it they have left the fold of al-Islam.
والقسم الثاني من الناس ينسبونها نسبة تسبيب، يعني يجعلون هذه الأنواع سببا لنزول المطر مع اعتقادهم أن الله هو المنزل للمطر، وهذا شرك أصغر. لماذا؟ لأن من جعل شيئا سببا لشيء وهو لم يجعله الله سببا لا بقدر شرعي وهو الوحي ولا بقدر كوني وهو الخلق، فهذا أشرك شركا أصغر.
The second are those who make the ascription of the rains falling, they ascribe them to the stars, but they make the stars a reason for it happening. So they make it a reason while they believe that Allah the Most High is the one who enables this reason to happen, or he enables this cause to have the effect of rain. So whosoever, and this is a lesser form of shirk, because whosoever makes something a cause, I'm just trying to think if the cause is the best word. I think it probably is. Whosoever makes something a cause that is not a cause, then they have committed the lower form of shirk. So they do not. نعم شيخنا يعني
جعلوا شيئا سببا لحدوث شيء والله عز وجل لم يخبر بالوحي أنه سبب لذلك الشيء ولا بقدر كوني، يعني خلقه
نعم ثابكم الله. So this is how they have associated partners with Allah in the lesser sense. So they have made something a cause of something else, and this is something that they believe or they hold to be a cause. However, Allah the Most High, He has not told us in His legislation, in the Islamic legislation, or that which He has revealed, that this is a true cause, nor has He shown us within the universal laws that this is a cause of something else. So due to this, they have committed the lesser form of associating partners with Allah, the lesser form of shirk.
والقسم الثالث نسبوا المطر إلى يعني الكواكب نسبة وقت، بمعنى أنهم يقولون إذا جاء هذا الكوكب في هذه المنزلة فعادة ينزل المطر. يقولون مطرنا بنوع كذا، أي جاءنا المطر في هذا النوع في هذا الوقت، في وقت ظهور هذا الكوكب، فهذا جائز.
And the third level are those who say or they maintain that the rain it's indicated by the prevalence or the sighting of a star. So this is something that's indicated by the timing. So by the timing when we see this star, it's an indication that يعني شيخنا إذا رأوا الكوكب
أي مثل ما الآن الأحوال الجوية هم ينظرون في سير الكواكب وكذا، يقولون يعني إذا جاء هنا سينزل مطر مثلا، وهذا بالخبرة وليس قطعي.
أثابكم الله. So for example, when a star reaches a certain place, then it usually rains. So they use it as a kind of as a yardstick. So if they do this and they say usually when the star is at this point, it rains, then this is something that's permissible or permissible, and it's something that is established through experience and investigation.
وكما قلنا فهذا بخلاف ما لو قال مطرنا بنوء كذا وكذا، فإن هذا فيه نسبة خلق وإيجاد، يعني يزعمون أن الكوكب هو الذي ينزل المطر، فهذا لا شك أنه شرك أكبر. ولكن مع ذلك كله الأولى أن يقول الإنسان مطرنا بفضل الله ورحمته.
And this is in contrast to the one who says that we have been provided rain by such and such a star. Because this statement, when they say this, their intention behind it is to ascribe the creation of the rain to such and such a star. But despite all of this, what is best is the wording that's contained within the hadith, that the individual says, indeed, we have been granted rain by Allah's virtue and His mercy. This is the best thing.
نعم. وهذا إذا كان هذا القول قبل نزول المطر مع مثل توقعات أهل الخبرة والاختصاص، فهذا لا حرج فيه. لكن إذا قيل مطرنا بنوء كذا وكذا بعد نزول المطر، فإن هذا لا يجوز، لأنه نسبة نزول المطر إلى غير الله، إلى غير المنزل، وهذا لا يجوز.
And this is permitted to say with the permitted meaning before it rains. So before it rains, and the positioning of a star is a sign or a signal that it's likely to rain, it's permitted. However, after it's rained, for the individual to say that we've been provided rain through such and such a star, this is ascribing the falling of the rain to other than Allah the Most High, and is not permissible.
ثم إن هذا البرد والحر مصدره نار جهنم، كما جاء في الحديث عند البخاري ومسلم عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: اشتكت النار إلى ربها فقالت: يا ربي أكل بعضي بعضا، فأذن لها بنفسين، نفس في الشتاء ونفس في الصيف، فأشد ما تجدون من الحر وأشد ما تجدون من الزمهرير، يعني شدة البرد.
And this cold weather that we feel, it has a source, and its source is the hellfire. And that's something that we know from the hadith, the narration of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, that's been reported in Bukhari and Muslim, where the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, the hellfire complained to its Lord, saying, "Oh my Lord, my parts are eating or destroying one another." So then Allah the Most High allowed the hellfire to take two breaths, one in the winter and one in the summer. The breath in the summer is at the time when you feel the severest heat, and the breath in the winter is the time when you feel the severest cold. So a breath in and a breath out.
نعم. ومن ما يتعلق بالأحكام أو من الأحكام التي تتعلق بالشتاء والمطر أحكام الطهارة والصلاة.
And some of the Islamic rulings, now the legislated rulings as to how we worship that have been reported about the winter are those rulings that relate to purification and the performance of the prayer.
أما بالنسبة للطهارة في الشتاء فتنقسم إلى قسمين صغرى وكبرى.
As for those relating to purification, they are of two types, lesser and greater.
الصغرى وهي الحدث الأصغر الناتج عن ناقض من نواقض الوضوء.
And when we talk about the lesser, we're talking about the lesser forms of breaking one's purification. So the things that nullify one's being in a state of wudu, WDHOO.
والكبرى ما يكون من جماع أو إنزال بشهوة أو ارتفاع الحيض والنفاس عن المرأة.
And as for the greater form of impurification, this is as a result of marital relations or ejaculation or the period or the blood of the menses or the blood after giving birth.
وفي هذه الأحوال يكون الإنسان ما بين قادر على استعمال الماء أو غير قادر.
So when an individual wants to purify themselves, they are either able to use water or unable to use it.
فإذا كان البرد شديدا جدا حتى أنه إذا احتاج إلى الاستحمام مرض أو كذلك الوضوء مرض فإنه ينتقل إلى التيمم.
So if the individual is in need of purifying themselves, whether it be in the lesser sense through the wudu or the greater sense through the ghusl, Ghusl, and they have water, but the water is very cold and they think that they're going to be harmed or become sick as a result of using it, then they have the concession of purifying themselves with earth, what's called the tayammum, Tayammum, tayammum.
لكن ما ذكرت له الغسل ما هو.
And the ghusl, Ghusl, this is the greater washing or the greater form of purification when the individual, for example, has marital relations or ejaculates or after the woman becomes pure from her period or after birth bleeding, the greater wash.
وصفة التيمم هو أن يضرب ضربة واحدة على الأرض بكلتا يديه ثم يمسح باطن اليسرى على ظاهر اليمنى وباطن اليمنى على ظاهر اليسرى ثم يمسح وجهه.
And the way in which to perform this dry purification, the tayammum, is, as the Sheikh just showed us, is to put one's hands, both of the hands, equally on the earth, and then to wipe the inner of the left on the outer of the right, and then to do the same with the inner of the right on the outer of the left, and then to wipe over one's face.
فإن لم يجد صعيدا أي تراب.
Can I ask the Sheikh to show that again?
نعم.
Because I missed that. Is that okay?
ضربة واحدة.
So one strike of the earth.
ثم يمسح باليسرى على اليمنى.
The inside of the left, you wipe over the outside of the right.
واليمنى على اليسرى.
And then the right upon the left.
وبعد ذلك يمسح الوجه.
And then after that, you wipe over your face.
فإن لم يجد صعيدا أي ترابا ضرب أي شيء مما هو من الأرض كحجر صخر، أو إن لم يجد وكان عنده رخام ضرب على الرخام الذي يسمى الماربل وهو من الأرض، أو ضرب على الجدار، فالمتوفر عنده يستعمله.
And if the person is in a place where there is no earth and there's no ground or earth, exposed earth, then they should beat their hands upon the surface of the earth that's there. So, for example, whether it be that they put it on marble or on a wall or on anything that's there, they put their hands on them, and then they use the dust that accumulates on their hands to purify themselves.
وإن لم يحصل يعني تراب على هذه الأسطح التي هي أصلا من الأرض فلا حرج، لكن بعض أهل العلم قال إن كان الجدار مطليا بطلاء فإنه لا يصلح للتيمم لأنه من مواد غير مأخوذة من التربة، فعلى هذا يرجع إلى أي شيء أصله من التربة من الأرض.
فالجدار هذا إنما هو الجدار الذي بني من تراب شيخنا كالبيوت القديمة.
كذا مثلا الآن البريكس الأحمر هذا ليس مطليا، ليس عليه طلاء، لكن لو طلي بالدهان صار الدهان عازلا لا يصلح.
So if for example they put their hand on the wall in order to get some earth, but the wall isn't earthen, like made of bricks, then this is not correct to do.
فإذا يعني عرفت، يعني إذا كان من الطوب الأحمر هذا الذي عندكم هذا ليس عليه طلاء، أليس كذلك؟
بلى.
أي هذا يجوز استعماله، لكن لو طلي بالدهان لا يجوز.
فإذا كان يعني شيخنا المقصود بالابتلاء
بينت.
فإذا كان هناك دهن
أيوة هذا يعزل، ما ينفع لأنه لا يكون مباشر على ما هو من الأرض.
ولكن إذا كان غير مدهون،
أي إذا كان غير مدهون على طبيعته التي هي من الأرض يجوز.
لكن هذا إنما للبريك التي بني من تراب أم أي نوع من أنواع البريك؟
إذا كان من تراب، إذا كان يعني من الأرض، من الأرض.
اللبنة أو
اللبن، نعم لبنات.
وأما إذا كان من يعني مثل البيوت في بريطانيا ما يجوز هذا.
لماذا؟ لا، إذا كانت غير مدهونة يجوز لأنها هي من التراب أصلا.
طيب. So the Sheikh is saying that when using walls and wiping one's hands on the walls, what we refer back to is the ingredients, or what the brick is made out of. So if the brick is made out of earth or something from the earth in its makeup, then it's permissible to wipe over and perform the dry form of purification, the tayammum. However, if there is paint over the bricks, then this is it then becomes impermissible to do so. هكذا شيخنا؟
هنا.
بارك الله.
وأيضا من ما يتعلق بالطهارة المسح مسح ماء الوضوء بالمنديل بعد الوضوء، فإنه يجوز وإن كان ثم حديث عن أم المؤمنين جويرية بنت الحارث أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم رد المنديل، لكن بسبب البرد إذا احتاج الإنسان أن يجفف جاز، وقد جاء عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه استعمل المنديل.
Also, one of the things that we can do in purification is to use a towel to dry oneself after performing the wudu. And it's been reported in the hadith of the mother of the believers, Juwayriyah, may Allah be pleased with her, that the Prophet ﷺ, he performed the wudu and he refused the towel. But if it's cold and if it's beneficial to dry oneself, then it's permitted to do so. And this is something that has also been reported.
ومما يتعلق بالطهارة في الشتاء لبس أو المسح على الخفين، المسح على الخفين، فإنه يجوز إذا لبسهما على طهارة تامة، ويبدأ وقت المسح من أول حدث بعد اللبس، وليس من بداية وقت اللبس، وإنما من أول حدث. فإذا لبس الخف أو الجورب مثلا توضأ للفجر ثم لبسه وبقي إلى الظهر لم يحدث، لم يفقد وضوءه، ثم صلى الظهر وقبل العصر بقليل فقد وضوءه، فإنه يبدأ الحساب من ذلك الوقت لا من ما قبل الفجر.
The second concession is the wiping over the leather socks, the khufs. And this is permitted when the individual places the leather socks on, when they are upon a complete form of purification. They're completely pure. They're permitted to do so. And the time for them, there's a time limit for them to do so. And that time limit begins from the first point at which they break their purification. And it's not from the first time or when they initially put the leather socks on. So for example, if the individual makes the wudu and purifies themselves for the Fajr prayer, and then they keep in a state of purification until Dhuhr, and then they keep their state of purification until just before Asr, and then they break their purification. Once they break their purification, this is when the time or the clock starts to tick for their wiping over the socks, the leather socks.
ويجوز للمقيم أن يمسح على الخفين أو الجوربين مدة يوم وليلة، وهي في توقيتنا المعاصر 24 ساعة من أول حدث بعد لبس الجوربين.
And it's permitted for the person who is resident, i.e. the person who is not traveling, it's permitted for them to wipe over the leather socks or indeed the cotton socks. It's permitted also for them to do so for the period of a day and a night. And that's what we know as 24 hours. And that's 24 hours. That period begins from the first time that they break their purification, they break their wudu while they are wearing the socks or the leather socks.
ويمسح على كل ما غطى القدم من خف أو جورب أو ما يعرف اليوم بالبوت أو الجزمة، المهم أنه يغطي القدم إلى الكعبين، ولا يضر إن كان شفافا يظهر الجلد من تحته أو كان به ثقوب، فإن هذا لا يضر.
And it's permitted to wipe over anything that covers the foot to the ankle. So whether that be the leather socks or cotton socks or even boots, any of these things, as long as they cover the foot to the ankle, and it doesn't, there's no harm if it's thin and the skin can be seen, and there's no harm either if they are ripped.
ولا يضر إذا مسح على الخف أو على ما يعرف اليوم بالبوت أو الجزمة ثم أتى إلى المسجد فنزعها عند الباب وصلى بدون ما مسح عليه، كما جاء عن علي رضي الله عنه أنه توضأ ثم مسح على الخفين، ثم لما أتى المسجد نزعهما، فقيل له بذلك قال رأيت الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم يفعل ذلك.
MashaAllah. And there's no harm if the individual purifies themselves by wiping over the socks, the leather socks or the cotton socks, or indeed the boot, and then they take them off, and then they take them off at the masjid, and then they pray. And this is because it has been authentically reported that Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, he made the wudu and he wiped over his foot, his شيخنا مسح علي على الخف أو الجورب أو
على الخف، ما كان على الخف.
أثابكم الله. So Ali wiped over his leather sock when he made wudu, and then he went to the masjid, and then he took the sock off, and then he prayed with that wudu. And he was asked about it, and he said, this is what I saw the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, do.
لكن إذا خلع الخف أو خلع الممسوح عليه ثم انتقض وضوءه فلا يحل له أن يلبسه ويمسح، بل لا بد أن يتوضأ من جديد.
However, if he takes off the sock and then breaks his wudu, then it's not permitted for them to wipe over again. Rather, they must make a complete wudu anew.
كما جاء في حديث المغيرة ابن شعبة رضي الله عنه أنه أهوى لينزع خفي النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال له النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم دعهما فإني أدخلتهما طاهرتين.
As has been reported in the hadith, the narration of Al-Mughira bin Shu'bah, where he was assisting the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, with the wudu, and he bent down to help the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, take the leather socks off, and the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, leave them, for indeed I put them on when I was in a state of purification. So i.e. he wiped over them.
ومما أيضا يحتاج إلى فهمه وأن التيمم ينوب عن الوضوء وعن الغسل عند العجز عن استعمال الماء.
And also what should be understood is that this dry form of purification, the purification with earth, the tayammum, it is a concession for the individual performing the wudu, and it's a concession for the individual performing the greater form of purification, the ghusl that we have mentioned.
لا أدري بقي وقت معنا أو لأن بقي معنا مادة طويلة نوعا ما في أحكام الصلاة أيام البرد والمطر.
لعل الأحسن أن
نجعلها الأسبوع المقبل.
لعل نعم شيخنا، وسبحان الله نزل لدينا ثلج الآن.
إذن لا بأس أن ننوه عن موضوع الثلج أيضا. ويجوز التوضؤ بالثلج وليس بالبرد ولكن بالثلج.
So I just told the Sheikh that here in London it's just started snowing, because the Sheikh said that we've got some matters, we've talked about some matters related to purification, and then the matters related to the prayer will take a bit longer. So I suggested that we'll do this next week, and then I mentioned, mashallah, that it's snowing here in London, and he said then we'll mention a point of benefit as relates to the snow, and that it is permissible to make wudu from the snow, but not permissible to make the wudu from just the coldness, or I suppose just cold.
لعلنا نكتفي بهذا القدر، وإن شاء الله نكمل عما يتعلق بالصلاة في أيام الشتاء والمطر في أسبوعنا المقبل، والله تعالى أعلم، وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه.
So we will suffice with this, and by Allah's will, next week we will take some of the rulings as relates to the prayer in winter time and during times of rain. We'll take that next week, and may Allah send peace, salutations and blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad and upon his family and companions to the day of resurrection.
Thank you very much, Tom. And inshallah, we'll continue with Islam for Deaf classes next week, inshallah, same time from 7 till 8. Inshallah, jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Thank you, Tom. شكرا، جزاك الله خير عبد الحكيم عقيل. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
وعليكم السلام.